take your harder pencil then and clean up the edge, as long as you don't put an outline on it. Make sure this stays a blade. I can emphasize the highlight a little bit here if I need to. But I sure want to avoid making this look like it's erased. Could at this point, when I want to come into the scalp here a little bit more, the hairline, could use one of my harder pencils. Just want to make sure that you're just feathering it on, because we just need these delicate little hairs coming down to create that random hairline. Go ahead and knock this down. Now one more thing, I put those light hairs in there, and it's probably good for us to have a little bit of tone cast back in there by using the brush. It also gives me a chance to put another hair on there if I wanted to, out in front of that, because every time I brush some tone into it, it will recede it back if I put something brighter in front of it. And remember, the one of the things that's very nice about hair is it's very forgiving. Once you can get past the intimidation, you can go ahead and do all kinds of things, because you don't have to worry about it being exactly the same, and you can go ahead and do it over. I can take, with the dry eraser pad, I can take most of this off and have a whole nother run at it. Again, this is hard when I don't have all the skin values in here. I don't have the rest of the face to really get a good idea about the proportions and everything else. It's just kind of a freewheeling, let's get some hair in here just to show you. So forgive me for not being totally accurate with this. And if I find out that I got too dark over here and I'm raising a conflict or a contradiction on what my light source is, I can come in here if I'm very careful. Remember, we've been practicing with the eraser so that we can do things like this. I can just lift off ever so slightly that, so that it isn't becoming just as dark as over on the other side, and now I'm starting to show even more and more of a shaded side to the head. Just get some of this out here, because I don't want to have to worry about this tone in here when I put my final little hairs on the, that are going to be silhouetted against the background, because then I will have a hard time taking out that tone. Just a little touch up now. I'm going to take my 4H, probably could use something else, but I'm going to go ahead and now create a few of these that are probably going up and over. Don't want to get too many. And if they got too dark, we could come in here again and gently tap them back. Yeah, so many options. Let's see if we need to clean up anything else. just to create depth. Every time I put a hair out in front, I give myself the opportunity to separate it from what's behind it. One reason why I want clean edges, and I don't want these to get like yarn. So if I have to, I can come back in and I can clean this up just a little bit, making sure that I don't put borders on it. Trying to get a little more tone, make sure that some of these things are receded down into the depths or over here on this other side. I'll take my harder pencil and just clean this temple up here. And then naturally, with this all being a little darker on this side, because it's on the shaded side of his head, then naturally we would want to have had the skin shaded as well. You know, the forehead has a turning point in here, and it goes around to the shaded side, which would help this not look so contrasty. Okay, so anyway, just a couple little tips. I hope that this made some sense. Now, let's go ahead and take this same picture, and I want to show you a couple things to watch out for and some easy ways for you to be able to verify or correct something. Again, remember when I was telling you about having the picture in the same orientation, there's a structure here that's different. This shoulder is way down here, and this one is up quite a bit higher. It changes the tilt, gives them a longer neck. It might be okay and acceptable to a degree, but if you want to capture him and you want to get used to being able to find things that you can verify with a straight edge, this is one of them. We can go ahead and pick something. We can pick this angle of the shoulder. And it's interesting that we can come across, like say from the earlobe down, and find out where that intersection is here on the collar. And if I keep this parallel and I go now to and match up the two earlobes, keeping these parallel with each other, I have a real good idea where my shoulder is. Now I could come over here on the other side and I could see what this lines up with. Kind of lines up with the corner of the mouth. Get a bearing on this side. And it's somewhat the similar angle. So now I've taken away that question in my mind that, well, the shoulders are different. But you see, it really changes his structure. His shoulders are now up there in a better range. Anyway, I hope you've learned a couple things. I think something that's worked out okay with the hair initially, and then the opportunity you've got with the straight edge to verify your proportions and structure.